Welcome to Tropical Dragon Permaculture. Today I wanted to talk to you about planting, and I'm going to show you what we do here when we're putting in a new plant and hopefully give you some ideas of how you can plant in order to have success and abundance going forward. So there's basically three main steps that are involved with successful planting for us: planning, placement, and preparation. So in the planning stage, I want to look at what plant am I going to be planting, what's the purpose of the plant, and what do I plan to get from it. Today we're going to be planting a couple of lemongrass. So the purpose for it is we use it for teas primarily, and then we're going to get cuttings and actual edible things that we will be consuming from this particular plant. The placement, I have several garden areas that are already started, so we're going to be placing it right here in this particular garden bed. And the other things that we need to think about with placement is our timing. What will the sun do in the area we plan on placing the plant? What does water do in that location? And is the location convenient? For us, a lot of our food-based plants that we are going to be consuming ourselves are all in these gardens that are close to this area. So maintaining it, trimming things, harvesting things is all going to be done from very close to this area. So that's going to be convenient. Water drains very well from here. We have an irrigation system set up for the dry spells, and the sun in this particular area, it gets about 8-9 hours of sun at least during the summertime. So it's definitely going to be a good location for our lemongrass. So that should work. Getting things prepared for putting this lemongrass in, I've got some of our topsoil gathered. I've got a watering can so that I don't have to drag the hose around, with some rainwater that we've collected over the last couple of days that we've gotten rain. And then I also have some amendments that I'm going to be adding to the soil when I plant the plant as well. So let's get to it. All right, it looks like I've got everything ready. I've done my planning, my placement, and preparation stuff that I needed to get done. So it's time to get this thing in the ground. I just want to get this mulch all just moved off to the side. We have put down some topsoil here, so there is some topsoil, but I will be adding more as I'm planting the plant, getting it in the ground. So like I've told you guys before, our soil here is very poor. It's all sand. So digging holes is easy, so that's a plus. But we will be doing a lot of soil amendment in order to make sure our plant has the nutrients it needs to be successful. You can probably see that some of this sand is dark, so it does have some organic matter in it. But as I just get down this far, now I'm starting to hit some very light sand that has next to nothing in it at all. So for that reason, I am adding a good bit of topsoil down deep into that hole. Give the plant's roots something to go for. Plus, having that extra organic matter deeper is also going to help hold some of that moisture in. Grab my plant and my knee pad, save the knees. Plus there's sandburrs here, so kneeling onto a sandburr, not a happy time. So we're gonna avoid that. All right, so my hole is all dug. I've got some soil, good topsoil in here. I'm just gonna dig down by hand to make sure that I'm getting the roots down in there. Now this is some insect frass that I was lucky enough to get from a friend. And I don't know what I'm gonna do when it's all gone, but hopefully I'll be able to come up with some more sources for that. Otherwise, I sometimes also use natural organic fertilizer in the hole as well. This has some nice roots on it. I like loosening them up. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do or not, but I do like loosening them up a little bit so they're not just in a circle, and then I can place them down nice into that hole. I try to keep the crown just a little bit above the natural ground level. And then I'm gonna have some extra sand around here that I typically will build a little bit of a berm to direct water more towards the plant when it rains, especially when it's first just getting established. It makes it easier to keep the soil moist. Then I'm going to bring this mulch back in around here. Again, to help with moisture, it's going to protect the soil from the direct sun so it won't get as hot and won't have as much evaporation. So that's the goal there. Water it in good. And this plant should be all set to do very well. It looks like we've got a little something in there. Don't know what that is, but I'm going to break that off for now. And I'm not shy with the water, especially when I'm first getting a plant in, because I want it to really be able to get that root stimulation going and get things growing, so it is able to gather its own nutrients and water more efficiently. So that is it for how we get things in the ground here. We typically do that with all of our plants, just like that. And we learned from past mistakes to make sure that we amend the soil. Again, I keep saying that, amend the soil, amend the soil, amend the soil. But we have to do that constantly. I do want to make another video shortly that I've got the idea kind of kicking around in my head for just about soil, and that will give you guys an idea and a kind of a tour of what we have here in different areas and how we're going to improve that soil over time.